Hey guys, it's Dave Bennett with Website Marketing Solutions. We're going to go through the Black Friday Cyber Monday 2020 special. And this is based on being able to provide you guys a couple of things. One, the greatest power that we have to offer today, which is new. We haven't even released this information, so bear with me. How's this for an idea? What if you took somebody's MLM program, their whole website, right, where they have replicated links? And what if we could replace that replicated link effect with real web pages at the push of a button? You might say, yeah, but that's a problem. Spun content doesn't work very well. That's what's different. We can now create unlimited tier 1 spun content. So even if it's a web page of 5,000 words, we can make it so readable that if I produce two versions, one of them written by hand, the other written by a bot, and asked you which is which, you can't tell the difference, and neither can Google. And that's true whether you produce 2 pages or 20 or 2 million. They're all unique. So I'm going to show you that here in a minute. The other thing that we did was figure out how to convert many more, how to get many more leads going in an autoresponder totally passively. People coming to your website and leaving. Normally you get like 3 out of 100 people doing anything. Okay, you know, like asking you a question or reaching out or even considering buying. Okay, we've got it more like 30 out of 100. Okay, so I'll describe that a little further along, but I want you guys to be able to have enough power to handle software installer, VAR sheet installer, the latest version of the UAP, and some of the greatest templates that we have, and access to tier 1 content for anything you want to produce in these staggered layers. And I'm going to break it down here in a minute. I've got this whole sheet, and you can download the sheet too. You can see what's going on with the sheet. Let me just walk through this real fast. So refresher summary for those who don't know. We created all these projects that were meant to be tier 2 content, right? They're tier 2 content, UAP content, to act like backlinks for all these companies, right? That's cool. How well did it work? Way better than we thought. We did not know we were getting all this traffic. Reality check, though, is these are tier 2 websites. So the content themselves don't mean a lot to the visitors. So the visitors aren't necessarily doing much, although in some cases they are certainly going through to the sites because of the way the pages are set up. So let me give you an idea of what I mean. So we created tons of projects and used them to produce all these tier 2 projects. So I'll just show you a couple of them real quick. Here's one. Hairdressing, right? So, you know, we can use this to backlink hairdressers, right? Now, if you landed here, you might get the idea. Hey, leading Los Angeles hair treatment for dry hair. That's probably what they searched. Hair treatment for dry hair. And they're probably in Los Angeles. Google figured that out from their IP address and showed them this page. So they might be able to click this link, which will take them to somebody's website in the end, right? That's the purpose of backlinking websites that also act like super affiliate websites. They are also traffic magnets. They send people here. What's the problem with these? Okay. Well, if you scroll down and start reading, it's really generic. It doesn't really make much sense. You wouldn't really buy now anything, right? You wouldn't really get convinced to do anything from this content. Okay. It's not supposed to be for humans. It's supposed to be for bots. But our websites are so strong that Google's ranking them for enough longer tail, medium tail, whatever it is, in such a way that they're getting clicked. That's the craziness of it all. So people are landing on these things. All right, here's another one. This one for roofing here, you know. And if you were to click that link, right, and go there, it's going to some roofer in some area, right? And same with all the backlinks that are in the paragraphs, you know. Really set up that way. And so we're driving more rank and more traffic to sites like this who are getting more leads and not sure why, and it's our doing. You guys should have that kind of power. Okay, let me show you the proof of the tier 1 because this is different. This is a true game changer. We really focused on the efficiency to be able to produce this cost efficiently. Usually when you spin content like in a spinner, right? And you're spinning the content. So I got a couple of different, totally different topics here. And there's all this spun material, okay? And just to give you the idea of how much, look carefully and you can see all these squiggly lines, right? Those of you familiar with spin tax, it's thick. Do you see this? This is dense. This is like every fourth word, something like that, all the way down the page, right? This is more than 2,000 words, right? Think about it. If a sentence is 10 words, a paragraph is 50. So if you have 1,000 words on the page, what is that? Like, I almost say 20 paragraphs, but subtract like a paragraph or two, probably two, for headers and subheaders. So it's like 18 paragraphs. It's like sets of 3 paragraphs with subheaders each time. That's a full-size page. And usually you'd have to handwrite one at, the proper cost for getting someone to write something good. And then we'd use the UAP backlinking content to backlink it. Well, what if all those other websites, super affiliate websites, were true tier 1s? All of them unique. Unique images, unique verbiage, unique color scheme, unique fonts on the templates. They all have great fundamentals. They pass HTML validation checks. They've maximized page speed. They're enabling browser caching, gzip compression, leveraging browser caching. All the stuff that makes websites hot in Google's eyes, right? So we're doing it all. Now take a look. I'm going to generate a unique article. You guys know how this works, right? It's going to randomly choose from all those variables. Usually when you spin like this, if you don't involve a human, the quality is something like 72 to 77 if you grade it. So it's like a C, right? Control A, Control C. But let me take this and go to Grammarly, because then if you're paying copywriters to dig into it, then you get a B. It's like from 82 to 88 per variation that you produce. But those are not good enough for the front page of Google. You can't get on the front page of Google with C content. You can't even get on the front page of Google with B content. Your content's got to be written well enough to appear human to Google. Okay? So I'm going to hit this. I'm going to go with confident and inform, or just, inform. And I'm just going to say, show me what the score is, right? Because usually if you're going to get into the 90s like this, this is in the 90s. This is A quality content. Few mistakes, 9 alerts for correctness, 9 out of 2,390 words. That's not a problem. Okay? Totally cool. This kind of eyeball thing, what's it saying? Mostly clear. It's engaging. Maybe slightly off on the delivery, but that's as good as any human writing. And if you read it, it is readable. And if you go through the whole thing, even the stuff that's underlying, it's saying maybe you can rearrange the grammar and stuff to make it a little more clear, whatever. But again, the correctness issues, there are only 9. Okay? Now, that's a score of 93. So this is 2,390 words. This is enough content for 2 or 3 pages of a website, except it's really 2 or 3 pages of 10 websites, 100 websites, 1,000 websites. Let me do it again. I'm going to generate another unique article. Okay, Control-Alt, Control-C. Yeah, I just want to be clear. Control-A. I don't even know what it's going to score it as, right? 1 to the next. It's a 94. Okay, basically everything is like a 92 to a 98. Let me do one more just to, make the point. Control-A to Control-C. I've seen as high as 98. Blew my mind. 92 and 97 is really what I expect. And that's pretty much what I'm going to get, each time around. But that's amazing because you can use variables for every city and state and create A quality content for every city and state. Geo-targeted keywords. That's a game changer. Okay. No more need for tier 2 if you're running it this way. Okay, let me just show you one more kind of article. We did one for a totally different industry in the remote patient monitoring. And the only reason I want to show you that, and it's the same thing real quick. Let me just kind of give you the idea, right? Really dense variability. We did these two because they're relatively complex topics. They're not so simple, the language. Some of it is pitching. Some of it is explaining how to mount things or how things should be. Do you see how dense all this is? It's like every third word, right? Every third, every fourth, whatever. Generate another unique article, right? Control-A, Control-C. I'm just going to try that one out. Okay. So the point about this, and look at that, it's a 94 right on the first flip, right? I think I made my point with that, so that's cool. Let me continue. Look at this now. See this? Website installer. We've been resurrecting some of these themes and pulling them up and upgrading them for the nested variable combinations necessary for variable menu names, for all the stuff that makes it work with software installer and VARSheet installer, so that we can go all out with these templates, right? So we've got my favorite old style yellow theme. I always loved it because the variables are so intense. You can choose whether these appear or not, these two boxes here. You can make both of them disappear, one of them disappear, the other one stay on. You can decide the verbiage in there. You can choose the background color. You can choose the color of the font. You can choose the hover colors, right? And whether it does or not. You can decide where it links to. You can choose whether the whole box develops a highlight when you hover over it or not, like this. See that? See the highlight? You can choose the color of that highlight. You can choose whether to put an image in here or a video in here, all right? In MP4. You can choose everything you want. Okay, so this is a pretty hot template. I think the only thing not done right now is that Google Maps isn't loaded up, but that's okay. Look at that cool little locksmith icons and stuff, right? That can be replaced with any other font icon automatically. It's really easy. Really good feel to it. I like this. Only thing, let's change the coloring up in here, right? No big deal. We've got settings for all the colors and stuff. You just log in, change the color, log out, right? It's a breeze. Okay, so there you go. That's that one. I love this template. I love a lot of things about the smartness with how it's operating. If you take the logo out, these things scoot over. Like this becomes centered, right? If this goes to word wrap, it separates between the address and the city, state, and zip. It puts the whole thing on the next line. So it's just smart. That way, all your variations come out looking good, okay? All right, now, we've got this, okay? Totally different templates, right? Really hot, different styles, different ways that they act. And everything's here, okay? Just real hot, great quality templates. And they operate the same way. Once you set the project up, you can hit the button and produce 1,000 variations, different color scheme combinations, totally unique image combinations. Everything about this can fill out with perfect tier 1 content, but totally different every time. You can use them to backlink yourself. You can use other ones to backlink those, other ones to backlink those. And every one of them can be assigned to affiliates, resellers, fans, or yourself. So you can collect all the commissions without having to pay any affiliates. Some of these templates are so hot. I love the, look at this, right? What do you think of that, right? Isn't this nice? And same thing, you can make thousands and thousands of variations of this for any industry with changes to the color schemes. I mean, we've done it. They're gorgeous. The different variations, right? And this is part of the power we're handing you is, what if we could do it for you? Or what if you learn how to do it yourself? Depending on whether you want us to do it or you want to do it. All these combinations are totally available to you. Look at that. Isn't that cool? You know? Pretty cool, right? All of this totally is, you know, updated so we can do whatever we want with these things. Okay? Use them for any industries, use them for any purposes. All right. Yeah, I think you see the point here. Final one I like to show, because I just really like this one. This nursing home one. I like it. And when you hover over these, they actually show you what's coming next. Like if you were to go over here or here, right? So you can choose that. You know, you can make that happen, right? Look at that. You come on down, you know, all of this is controlled. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. See that? Just beautiful effects, right? And of course, it can be used for any industry. It doesn't have to be nursing home. It can be any industry. And everything we do with this, again, outfitted with contents, outfitted with pages of totally variable contents in such a way that once you write a topic, 1,000 words or so per page, whatever. You'll never, ever, ever have to write about that topic again, even if you outfitted thousands of websites or tens of thousands of websites or hundreds of thousands of websites. Every time you hit the button, it's a unique variation according to Google. And now the way we do it, it's a tier 1 version. Okay? It's crazy. So what is our Black Friday Cyber Monday deals? I'm going to go ahead and break off this, let you guys take a break, come back to it with a clear head because I covered a lot here. And we're just going to walk through that checklist. Okay? That's what we're going to do in the next video. All right.